Filipino-American correspondent is certainly a blessing, and we are very blessed that here on Kababayan Today we have two of the top Filipino-American correspondents with us. Together on the show we have Steve, Angeles, and Yong Chavez to share with us the challenges and joys of reporting the news for our Filipino-American community. Welcome back, Yong.
Thank you.
All right.
It's so great with Bun here.
I know. And so Steve, Yong, I always see the two of you at all the events that I go to as well. And, you know, there's a small community of Filipino-American journalists and reporters, but there's so many Filipino-Americans that are waiting to find out about the news. And we are one of very few people, right? So what are the biggest challenges in doing the work that we do? Yong?
Well, for me, first of all, because I have to deal with mainstream press as well. Hindi na lang sa Filipino community.
Kasi you're covering
Hollywood,
the Golden Globes, the SAG, you know, everything.
So, yun ang mahirap kasi syempre, ang minority press are always at the very last. So you have to find a way to still get to the artists, to the celebrities that you need to talk to. And in my case naman, because I have a daily segment, the reality of having to produce a segment every day, which you know,
I understand.
that is very challenging. And I have another job, which, you know, let's not talk about that. But it's just the scheduling is the most challenging. But for the most part, what I love about it is that so many Fil-Ams are doing really well in Hollywood these days, and that makes me so happy to see their hard work being rewarded with more exposure. And this has a lot more. Walang tulog yan.
Yes. Okay, so Steve, let's talk about that, right? You work a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's harder general assignment. That means my news can come from anywhere, whether courthouse, basketball court. So it's like the first challenge is just finding news, finding Filipinos. I read a lot of police reports and legal briefs, so good that I was a law school dropout. I get to use some of that knowledge. So finding the Filipinos there, then also getting a lot of people to talk, because unlike the showbiz people, they want to be on the camera. I have to look for suspected terrorists and sometimes bad people.
That don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, they don't want to talk, or it's too mysterious, things like that, or elusive celebrities, or just people that are well guarded and secret things.
I remember when the Janet Napoles issue came out. You went to the properties.
That was nuts. That was
Stake
a
out
lot of driving.
Yeah,
I stake out a lot. There are a lot of times I've gotten really good at Candy Crush and other games just from staking out, sitting outside of Napoles' house, sitting outside of whoever's house, waiting
but
for...
you do such a big service to the community because no one else does that. And that's why we're so thankful to both of you for being here, because really, it is more of a passion than just a profession. You really have to have the passion for it to really love what you do, right?
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Parte na talaga ng buhay mo yun. You know, it's kahit na anong gagawin mo in order to produce what you need to produce.
That's right. Okay, so let's give advice to the aspiring Filipino-American journalists that are out there that want to do what you do because they see you on TV. Ay, si Yong, kausap na naman niya si Jane Fonda. Kausap niya na naman, di ba? But like I said, it looks glamorous, right?
But it's a lot of work.
It is
blood, sweat, and tears, and it took years for me to you know, establish a foothold. But the two most important things that I always tell anybody who asks me is that to always work harder than anyone you know, and be kind, and you know, be prepared. Yun ang very, very important. Kahit na yung celebrity kilala mo na or whatnot, you still need to do your homework. I never ever go to an interview na wala akong alam. That's something that I've learned.
You have to do your research. Steve?
For me, because I see around a lot of people, just because they think they look good or can host, think they can be a journalist. It's, end of the day, it's all writing.
Yeah.
It's still, I mean, even though the game has changed in the 10 years I've been around, like we have Twitter, everyone can be a journalist now. You have Twitter, you have YouTube, it's still who, what, when, where, why. It's just knowing the facts, getting the right answers, knowing where to go, and just the way you put it all together. Because I figured my writing must be okay since I was 240 when I started this. Okay, you could write enough.
No, but you guys are, I mean, I want to thank you guys. I'm speaking for all the kababayans because I know that when they, I mean, you guys really bring topical news to them, and that's something that all of us kababayans appreciate. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being here and having us. It's great na, you know, tayo, we're colleagues and friends.
Yes, and that's the great thing, you know, wala tayong mga crab mentality,
Wala,
di ba?
wala.
All right, so pagbalik natin, eto naman, I'm going to have them face off. We'll see who really
kaya
knows
yun?
their Filipino-American community when we return.
Oh my God.